Liebig, Rhonda Liebig.
Liebig. Okay, good, good, good.
Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, ladies, today it's my pleasure to announce that our awesome speaker is Rhonda Liebig, aka Rhonda Lou Moxie, with 15 years experience in media, writing books, and speaking in various industries. She understands what it really takes to bring visualization, motivation, and decision making for people to take action. This is why Rhonda started in the motivational arena to bring mindset, transformation, entertainment, while also interviewing other experts on her show to stop the shaming and blaming. This is Rhonda's vision while producing and hosting her show, Fresh Talks. And now here's Rhonda.
I'm just smiling while you're sharing that, Susie. I didn't know what you were going to share, but I just felt like I was like on a pedestal.
You
It felt really
are.
good. I'm really here for just like entertaining everybody in a way of, I think that if we open up our mind, that becomes so contagious. So I trademark that mindset transformation entertainment. And if we can go there where we just kind of forget about everything, so I'm going to entertain you as much as possible in the way of you discovering your connection with, what's your purpose in life? Like the bigger picture, not that narrow picture where we get afraid of money and afraid of conversation, and afraid to post and afraid of money. And oh my gosh, I'm getting anxiety already. Let's have fun. If you want to say anything at all, make sure I kind of check over here on the conversation too. I'm going to share slides because I think that'll help us guide us a little bit here. But I do want to share with you what we're going to be talking about, and I'll give you 3 bullet points I'm going to be talking about. But I created this thing, and you don't have to see it, but it's about wanting freedom, safety, and healing in our life. And I think if we have those three and we get connected with it, that's a longer conversation. But I really feel that if we have those three things, that we can really relax, breathe in deep, know that our health is taken care of because we're managing our stress level. We know that we feel safe in this world because I think that's one of the hardest things to do. But we got to get there. So I'm going to focus in on the safety pillar today. And I feel like if we have freedom, like, freedom in the body. Now I'm one to freeze if I get stressed. I mean, I'm like all and I won't catch it, or sometimes I will. And you know what? It's really weird because I used to waitress for like 10 years. And I noticed in my 20s, like I'd start walking slower. And like I was known to be like, just get stuff done. All of a sudden I'd go like, why am I moving so slow? I started recognizing this only about a few years ago. I'm like, wait, that's a freeze. Like I don't want to move. I'm moving like, like the Bionic Woman. Doo, 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 doo. Oh, that's what I was doing. Safety pillar. I'll put it on the screen too with the slides. The way that this is created, and I want to talk to all of you, I know that you're very creative. We're here because we see each other, we understand each other. It's like we're just, I think we're crazy. I mean, I'm sorry if you don't accept that, but I mean, I really think that if I wasn't doing this type of work, when I was in accounting and CPA world, I think people thought I was crazy. Because it helps us really be able to see that as an individual, nobody can be you. And I kept thinking as a CPA, am I really weird? Do people really think I'm weird? And they go, yeah, you're weird, Rhonda, because you do this. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just get like, well, I was just being myself. So I don't know how to be like everybody else. Anybody else like that? Or you just feel like, what the F and A? Like, what? I have to really be like, what? So that's what weird is rare. It really is, Songil. It really is. Okay, so I've like about 30 minutes. I probably took 15 minutes just kind of playing with you guys. We'll get it done, I tell you. Let me share the screen here. And if you want to unmute or there's something just kind of catches you, you do it. I really want to enjoy this with you. So I was told that you can see me. I'm probably in a little screen, but you can see what's happening here. We're going to be talking about being the best CEO of your life, and that has to do with the safety pillars. Let's talk about these three things. And I wanted to serve you. So if you breathe this in, we're going to be learning about your stories that are holding you back. And I'm going to use the safety pillar to do that because I want to kind of play with your energy today and how you feel. I want to find the money that you may be leaving on the table or I call it low hanging fruit. Low hanging fruit to me is like it's right there, but you can't see it. You can't see it because you're looking at all the things that you can't see. And if you look at all the things you can't see, then I don't know how to get where I need to get to. So we're going to lift the energy, and I'll have a scale in a moment where you can look to see where you stand. We're going to talk specific when we look at that scale in a moment of how you feel about your money story. We're going to get there in a moment. Also, I want you to discover some of your patterns that are not serving you. The safety pillar, why I bring that in is I hope some of that kind of opens you up and kind of plays with it. I will do, out of the 5 steps, I'll do 2 today. And let's get to it. Okay, so we are known, if you love the brain and you do some mindset coaching, I think it really helps people move forward. If you start thinking and kind of reviewing, like the brain to be able to help people get unstuck. So if we're known to say 60, 70,000 words a day, which is so crazy, but our subconscious is going all the time. It's known 80% of that can be negative. I think in our industry, when we're doing this like positive wellness, being aware of our world, but really getting into our positivity, I think it's less for us. But you think about it, we can't say all the words that are cycling in our brain. And supposedly, since we were six, those patterns before we were six are just based on our, where we were raised, what happened to us. And there's other conversations about that those are the patterns that really stop us. 90% of those 70,000 words is recycled. It's over and over. So what you thought yesterday is the same as what you think about today and tomorrow and so on. But this work that we're doing today, it's like, how can we break in on that brain and just say, I caught you. I heard you. I told you that and then, you fill that blank in, like, you're dumb, you're ugly, those kinds of things that don't mean anything. Don't take that in. We'll just kind of breathe that out. If you think of anything 90 seconds or longer, supposedly it can link in with the soft tissue that's ready to be broken. But if you keep thinking things over in cycles, it'll add into the stuff that you've been thinking throughout all your years. So let's get to the fun stuff and really create what we're talking about here. I want to give you a list of things and think about this for yourself. If we stop starting from scratch, you are already an expert in what you do. I always say this. My friend who passed away about 3 years ago, she passed away from cancer. I was with her by her side. Some of the holistic tools that I use, I was able to use that with her, and she really helped me grow so much. So I want to spend time just to kind of honor my friend Anna today, too. She used to always tell me, "You got this." Oh, I want to cry right now. And I want to tell you this, you got this. No matter where you are not a beginner. Let's just say that you decide that you want to coach people in a certain area, but you've been stuck there so long and you know that you'd be so good at it because you can feel it when people are stuck. So I want you to think about that. You are not starting from scratch. So I'm going to give you a list here and I want you to think about this for yourself. From age five, out of paper out. I used to mow lawns and make some money. Ninth grade, I started working at Sizzler. I say that because I was 1 year younger than what you're actually really supposed to have a job. I wanted to serve. I was a waitress for 10 years, consulting and CPA work overseeing for over 10 years, millions of dollars every month. I learned a lot. 25 years in the healthy industry, and I'm an AADP certified health coach. I'm a humanitarian project. I believe we're locking arms here today because we're together. Now, this is my kind of throw out there what I've done in my life. I think about this, put your arms around it. What have you done in your life that you're like, I've done this, I've done that, and just you start throwing all that out there, you hug it and hold it, and you say, I am not a beginner. When I waitress, I learned to talk to people. When I was at Sizzler, I was a year younger than what you should even be working there, but I was there and I was tenacious, and they kept telling me, prove that you're your age and do this, and I was like, okay, I will. But I knew that I wanted to serve. So sometimes we don't always follow the rules, but think of ethics too. You got to think of ethics. But think about this for yourself. Just take a breath in. You're not starting right now. So when you're out there, think about your safety and what you want, like emotionally. When we look at, this is what I was talking about here. So 1 through 5, when we look at like, maybe our bank account, we look at how we feel about our money, we think about like maybe not even money, maybe it's just stress you're dealing with today. Number five is that's the highest level. You just feel really stressed. You're so happy to be here today because you just want people to hold your hand. You're feeling so stressed. One is, I got this. This is no big deal. I'm here because I love the people here. Where are you in your money story? Are you feeling in number four where it's just been really, really stressful? Are you in the middle where you're feeling, dang, I really want to see what I want to imagine and create. I just can't see it right now. And this is where I'm kind of scared, you know? Four is very, very afraid. Breathe this in where you are right now, because I'm going to ask you later as we come play. Take a breath in. Hold your number to your heart. We're going to be in the safety pillar. These words mean nothing to you right now, but we're going to play with this. The two arrows are the ones I really want to focus in on, but this pillar, which is straight in the middle, I believe that if we allow ourselves to stay in the raw space, which really feels like almost like inside, it just feels so frustrating and scary. And, can I move forward? That feeling of fear. If we stay in that and we get to the other side, there's
Mm.
something about that helps us feel safe in what we do because we get hit. I got through that. That's step one. Learning to love yourself is one. Looking in the mirror and actually really not saying anything about your body or who you are, or, your subconscious, that 90% that keeps cycling over, but you really hold your hand to your heart. You say, I love you. Learning to have empathy for yourself, which is the next one, and you really lean in and you can feel and hear what somebody's saying, even when you're in an argument with them, even if somebody does something that you go, why did they do that? And Angie, I love that you were talking about this, Angie, where you're saying, like, just let people be people. This is what I believe. And sometimes we kind of get stuck because we think somebody should be acting a certain way. How about feeling the empathy on the other side for them? The two I want to focus in on today is the raw and the empathy. The fourth step is about being authentic. And that means that we're in alignment. That means you get to be crazy you. Yeah, crazy you. But it's, you want to wear your mask sometimes. Sometimes it feels safe. Sometimes you're in a finance situation. You think I need to be acting a certain way. I need to dress a certain way. Or, you're in a heart center space and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep my heart open. This is not who I am, but I'm going to be this way. Because remember, growing the heart, it takes a lot of work to get there. And so the next one is heart. And I always think about how can I be deeper in my heart? That really means a lot to me. And so I'm consistently putting my hand to my heart and saying, okay, Rhonda, you just said a bad thought to yourself. Come on, let's get there. Because I'm so used to opening and closing my heart. If you have all five of these, let's play with this today. We're going to talk about raw and empathy. I'm going to share a case study with you. But if you had all of this, how would that feel on the other side if you worked that pillar and you felt safe? Would you be able to create more in what you do? Would you get out there more and say things maybe so bold that you are just like turning red when you post it or you say it, or even an interview? My definition of safety, and first let's go in with the Google. It says the stage of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. Okay, my definition of safety, and I want to ask what yours is also, is when you finally realize that your mind has been trapping you with all the money stories that you heard from others, and you finally decide to leave those stories behind. I think that's where the raw space is, ladies, is you hear those stories and you're like, I have to leave these behind. I can't think this anymore because it's not going to get me anywhere. But how can we feel safe? So it says you can finally take a deep breath in and release a big exhale of relief. Then you start serving in a new way. Can you see the low hanging fruit? So again, the low hanging fruit is like right there. But if you're stuck in the, I can't see it because I'm focused in on, I need this, I want that, and it's things that you don't have. How about looking at the things you have? It's going to open up a new space. That's where the low hanging fruit is when you start seeing that. Okay, my case study. Now, Donna has been with me for 9 years. We just started celebrating this. And she came to me and was in so much fear. She had about 10 minutes of energy a day. which was very unusual because her doctor said there was nothing wrong with her, but her fear and her stress and a finger pointing at her actually brought her down to where she'd lay on the couch. She couldn't get up. She lost her job. She couldn't drive. She called it Miss Donna, Drive Miss Donna days. And her husband brought her into a clinic I was working at. And we started talking, and her husband said, Rhonda, nope, you're not going to work with Rhonda. You're not going to, nope, we're not going to pay for that. We can't do that. We can't. And she goes, I will go into my 401k and I'm going to work with Rhonda. And he was like, oh, okay. So where is it in your life that you're like stopping yourself because you keep hearing the no? Let's walk into this case study. So if she couldn't move forward, what were the things that I needed to do? I know for sure I was in fear because this was 9 years ago and I was still growing in this mindset, and I still do these days. I just keep growing. But I felt raw and being scared and like, how am I going to manage Donna when she has all these things the doctor can't find anything, and I want to move her forward? So we started changing her diet, but we knew that it wasn't just diet. There were things that were happening in her mind that she was at herself consistently. So maybe she was thinking not 90% stuff over and over and 80% negative. I think she was in it, ladies, about 100%. She couldn't get out of it. She was in her tunnel. And if you ever felt that, this is the first step, the raw. So find yourself in this. And where Donna was, Donna felt like she had brick walls right in front of her and she couldn't get out of it. And I learned that a couple months later. She said, I just feel like the breathing. I'm afraid to even talk about breathing because she was afraid to move forward. I learned to be raw with her because I had to be open. More that I learned to be open, the more scared I got because the more my heart opened up. But I was able to see something. I was able to see with this raw space open and being able to see her more, I could start feeling some of my growth happening. And the raw allowed me to start hearing certain things in my head. And I go, here, wait, I know Donna's thinking that because I can feel what she's thinking. Anybody else here where you just think, here, wait, yeah, I can hear what people are thinking, or I'm getting these downloads. So I started going in that route, and Donna started feeling more of, she was saying more of what she was feeling. And she was saying how much, she couldn't talk about the fear, but she was talking about, I can't see the other side. So when we get in this raw space, what we want to do is this next step I did with Donna. I said, Donna, now we've been here. At this point, we're going deeper and deeper into the raw space. It's been about a year since we've been together. She has more energy, things are happening, but she was still feeling this fear. And I said, we have a safe space here. I will consistently be here for you as long as you need me. But can you see me eye to eye, and let's start talking about whatever feels comfortable for you to talk about? What are the things that are coming up in your mind that are slowing you down? What is it that you want and you just feel like you can't have? What are some of the dreams that, because she was an archaeologist and she wasn't even going out and doing anything at all. And she started crying and she started feeling that raw space. And she goes, oh my gosh, Rhonda, I don't know. And I don't know how I'm going to get through this because, I mean, I can't even work. And I feel so sick, like in my stomach all the time. And she started sharing these stories. On the other side, feel it. She could breathe. She could get over that brick wall, at least for that moment. This raw step in the safety pillar, when you get to the other side, there's strength there. So the strength started building in her. This raw space that you may have found yourself in, this is what's going to stop you in your money story. Because there's so much fear around what Donna was dealing with. What are you dealing with? Where do you want to get over that big wall or that big something you can't see? And you're feeling like, you know what? I can do it. I'm here with the GSFE group. I feel safe. I need to keep this energy moving forward. And just yesterday, ladies, I woke up in such a good mood. And I'm telling you, within a couple hours, something happened. And I had anxiety so bad. And at the end of the day, I was in the weirdest mood because that 80% got to me. But I knew that if I stayed in that raw, there was going to be something on the other side. I woke up this morning and I realized, man, I feel stronger. I get to live another life. So I went out and I looked at the sunrise this morning and I talked to my animals. My animals are so important to me. So getting over this raw spot is where you want to be. Stick with it. Take a breath in, drink water, and think about what if you see the other side of what you're stuck in? What are the bigger things you can see if you can get away from those thoughts that you're feeling? Empathy. Empathy is on the list here, and it's learning to be able to love on ourselves in a way that when you feel raw and you start feeling that there is something that you can't be gentle on yourself, you just kind of want to tell yourself, I just want to, be mad at you because you can't do this. Why are you not posting? Why are you not, doing social things? The things that really feel like you should be doing and shouldn't be doing. The empathy is what gets us in that space of knowing that we can do this. How can we be more gentle with ourselves and really see ourselves? So, for a moment, I'm going to stop sharing screen just to hold this space for a moment. I want to give a space to have an experience. I want to be able to feel that you can feel yourself. And we are in a safe space. We're in this great group. So, if you take a breath in, just with me just for a moment here, and let's play with this for a couple minutes. And you exhale. It's up to you. You can close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes and just give you this experience. This is where we're going to open up the gate. And on the other side is the other side of like the raw, the empathy. And we know that we're in something because every day we're dealing with stuff. We have this 80%. When you're ready to exhale, just kind of shake it off. Whatever's ready to release. It may be so minuscule or maybe really big. But on the other side of the gate that we're going to open, that's where you get to be able to clear some of this stuff that we're talking about. Those things that are in your head, those things that just stop you. I do. I want to feel more empathy for myself. I don't want to be so hard on myself. So breathe that in. Sometimes it's hard to stay quiet, but be in it for a moment. Take your hand, open the gate. Notice that your right foot steps in, then your left foot, and you just kind of walk into it. It feels a little bit of freedom, because you're opening a new gate. Behind you is the raw space we were talking about. It's we're still trying to understand ourselves, and we're going to deal with this every day. But the more that we understand ourselves, the more we get to create in this global big vision of what we're really truly here to do. Look around in your space. If you can, even take a step out of your body in a way that you can actually see yourself walking inside this area that you just walked in to this gate. And you see this person. Now, you may not be able to see you, but I'm going to venture into it and say, maybe you can. If you can just step out of your body or just feel in your body how much you can really love yourself, how much you can really see you. Now look at this person, this body that's on this earth that gets to experience all these things. Yes, there's raw, and I want to get to know myself. There's that empathy space. I do. I want to be able to create in a way that I get to see myself. So every day I'm nurturing my body, my health and my wellness. My nervous system settles down. I want to have empathy for myself because I'm tired of any chronic disease, any chronic pains that are happening in my body. Body, you got this. I want to love on you so that I can appreciate you so that we can kick some butt out there. But we got to stop and look at ourselves. Come on, give yourself a break here. Take a big inhale, breathe it in, see what you see. Now, as you exhale, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. We're ready to exit the gate. We're ready to exit the gate, but I'm not going to let you exit the gate till we keep a hold space here, get some breathing going, get some calm space so we can really feel motivated today. Now, your right hand is reaching out for that fence. Kind of look behind and say, okay, okay. We did some good stuff here. And then let yourself, if you already kind of pulled yourself out of your body, just bring yourself back in and go, okay, I'm ready for this one. This is going to be good. You feel that energy in your body? And we gave ourselves a space. So give some quiet space, couple cycles of breaths before you really turn that gate, nozzle, and you walk out. I love and appreciate everyone. What would happen if we kept this with us every day? What if we didn't think so focused in center, but we truly thought about what are we here for? I'm here to open the voice. I was on thyroid medicine for 20 years and I kept at myself, beating myself up. And I go, there's something about this. 10 years off medicine. This stuff, this exercise that we just did right now, I'm telling you, ladies, I have the chills right now. I love you. We got this. I'm on a mission. What is your mission? What do you want to do? This is my mission. And this is going to hopefully warm your heart because I want to partner with you and I want to know what your mission is. Hashtag speaker locking arms. I closed my voice for 20 years and way before that. That's why I ended up 29 years old on thyroid medicine. We're here to open our voice. Our open voice means we're in alignment. If we're in alignment, that means we get to speak what we say behind closed doors. All these wonderful things we're doing with our clients, all this fear that we have around money all of a sudden goes. I mean, we're human, but we're talking about, come on, let's lock arms today. If we stop the blaming and shaming first for ourselves, if we see ourselves, if we live in the raw and the empathy, where is this going to take us? Where is this going to take us? Where are you going to go today? If you are holding and locking arms with GSFE, where are you going to go? You know, every month you get to be with these ladies. This is your safe space. And I hope that I'm here and was able to hold that for you. Think about this. Where are you on your scale? If you were a three, are you rock and roll one, like right here for this moment and right now? Did I back you up and put you in another? You're like, oh my God, I'm scared because now I'm thinking about what I'm going to do, all that kind. But I hope the deep breathing brought you into a little bit more of a plus, meaning you feel better around one or two. If you're at a two, you feel like a one. If you said you were a one, that you're a rock star now. Hashtag speaker locking arms. Let's keep loving on each other. What we're talking about here today is something that I want you to just hang with me here today, have fun, or you can be with me tomorrow. We're going to talk more about the safety pillar. We're going to go in there deep. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your breakthroughs, but I really want you to know that you're in a heart center space. You're in a safe space. This is all free. I want to lock arms. I want to learn and keep growing community about anybody. Do you want to use that, hashtag speaker locking arms? Because I really want you to partner with me. I know the ladies that run this. I've interviewed them, and I just can't say enough about how much joy and laughter that I've had with both of them. And I want to thank you, Susie and Angie, for inviting me. And I'm serious about this locking arms. And I really am trying to grow my heart because I used to want to fight. Our family fights, and I'm trying to break these generational things. And anything you're trying to break in generational things, it's painful. And I think that's what was happening with me yesterday. And that's my story today. We have new stories every day. I'm there with you. Use the hashtag speaker locking arms. If you want to know more about how to get into the free event, it's 2 hours and we get to be mastermind, safety, love on each other. But I have something for you to scan. I have a link there and I'll get that to you. But I really do love and appreciate you. I love being silly. I love dressing up. I love feeling fabulous. I love feeling like I'm a rock star because whatever I do, I already see you because we're all the same. It's just we need to break through so that we real. That's all I'm saying. So if you're ready, just hold your heart and say, man, this is it. I love this because I love you. And this is the sign language. And I used to have a I love you little thing there and it broke. I might have had a bad day that day because I'm like, how could it fall and break? It says I love you. It was a big hand and stuff, but I really do. I appreciate you. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.